Morning, everybody. Doing something today that's a little bit different, something that I've never really done before, and that's, making a little video to share some health, fitness information with friends, family, people who follow and just like to, I don't know if you get anything out of these little health and fitness tidbits that I put out, but it's something that's important to me and something that, you know, even though I work many different jobs, still consider myself to be a health fitness professional. I studied it, I like to live it, and I think it's important at this time to share a lot of those insights and ways that we can all better ourselves, especially at this point in time. It's a really unique situation where we're all kind of in the same boat of being quarantined, although I am out in my solace right now, little park around the corner. Can't take walks when you can, but no, this today is about food and how we really should be eating during this quarantine. And I think right off the bat, food is something that I'll just say I love. Like, it has value with bringing people together around a table, trying something delicious, like anything that looks like food porn or foodgasms, right? Like, those things are awesome. It's hard to eat like that all the time, right? And especially at a time where you're quarantined, you're gonna be getting a lot less activity in, right? You might be spending a lot more time on a couch behind a screen, whether it's working from home, playing video games. Your diet really, really needs to be adjusted to fit that lifestyle. And I want to talk to you a little bit today about, how you can do that, right? So how to eat during quarantine. Where the hell do we even start? Well, number one, right, the biggest thing we want to do is emphasize whole foods over processed foods, right? So when you go to the grocery store, hopefully you're making it there and back safely. But we're looking to get, things that not necessarily looking for shelf stable, right? We're looking for whole foods, right? Whole vegetables that could be chopped up and put in the freezer, right? You can store those for bulk. You can get them pre-chopped and bagged, right? Vegetables, meats, those are going to be your two primary things, right? Protein and vegetables should be the kind of cornerstone of all of your meals, right? From there, if you're going to have carbohydrates, right? I'm not a proponent of like low carb, no carb diets, like ketogenic. Like, I don't think that that's feasible for any of us. However, there's a time and place for it, and this would be a time where we can all benefit from being a little lower carb. All right, and the reason I say that is because carbohydrates kind of support our activity levels and how much energy we're using on a daily basis. I don't know about you, I'm not using a whole lot. Even with getting home workouts and things in like that, yeah, we should still be having some carbohydrates, but we really don't need them all the time, right? A lot of that stuff, it's stored in your body to use for energy. When it's not used as energy, it gets stored as body fat. And what we all want to avoid coming out of this, whenever that'll be, is nobody wants to come out of this with extra body fat on them. Don't be that person that comes out of quarantine with an extra 10, 15 pounds, all right? You don't need to. So, lower carbohydrates. But what kind of carbohydrates do we want to look for, right? Because they're still going to be important. 3 things that I've been including in my diet steady every day would be legumes, right? So like beans, lentils, phenomenal for, they're going to be lower glycemic. They're going to be more of a complex carbohydrate, give you fiber, help keep you regular inside, but also still give you the carbohydrate benefit. Another good one would be like sweet potatoes or baked potatoes, right? Even rice from there. But even to my point still is we don't need those at every single meal, right? So whole foods over processed, right? Protein and vegetables, cornerstone of the meals. Lower carbohydrates, right? Lower carbohydrates. So not cut them out completely, but be wary of how much and what kind we are consuming. And lastly, saying all this is I want to introduce you guys to the 80-20 rule, right? 80 and 20 are percentages. 80% of the time, we are on point, right? On point with these guidelines, on point with, you know, these sort of boundaries that we set for ourselves nutritionally. 20% of the time, enjoy yourself. I love to cook, right? I post up cooking pictures all the time. This is definitely a time where, you know, we have some time to sit down and a lot to, you know, making a new recipe. I mean, so if you want to make beer battered, deep fried fish for fish tacos, go all out. That'll fit into your 20%. So maybe you have a meal like that once or twice, you know, throughout the week. That's really like a food porn kind of meal. You can't have that food porn all the time, right? So use that 20%. Use those times to include the things for yourself that maybe won't be as optimal for your body, right? So that's pretty much it, you know, how to eat during quarantine. Recap real quick, right? Whole foods over processed foods, protein and vegetables, cornerstone of our meals. Lower carbohydrates, right? We're not having them all the time. When we are, we're having legumes, we're having rice, we're having potatoes. And then lastly, guys, is that 80-20 rule. All right, so 80% of the time, be on point. 20% of the time, live a little. Enjoy your kitchen, enjoy your meals. All right, guys, that's pretty much everything. Have a great day. See you soon.